Davion, the past few games, you haven't been scoring a ton, but tonight it seemed like you really had a good offensive rhythm. What was kind of your mindset coming into tonight?
Stay the course. I mean, the past couple of games, I've been getting myself in trouble with foul trouble, so I kind of didn't get the rhythm of those games. And, it's really not about scoring because I didn't really come here to be a scorer. I did that in my previous year, so I'm just trying to build on from playing defense, and I'm scoring from my defense.
And then Adonis, last game, Emoja Gibson had a big night, but how are you all able to keep him in check tonight?
We recognize that he can really shoot the ball from the three, so we forced him to drive and make decisions off driving. He's really good at shooting the ball, so we had to take that away and let our defense stop him from doing that.
Davion, you had a play in the second half. The possession after you made a three, looked like you had a good look, but swung it to Adonis in the corner. Do you consider taking that shot, or what goes through your mind to make those unselfish plays?
Just being unselfish. All these guys are my brothers, so, I just hit one, and then Adonis was wide open, so I want to see Adonis eat just like me. So, I just try to contribute in ways that I could affect the game without scoring the ball. So I seen Adonis open and, hit him with the one more because I knew he was going to make it.
And then Adonis, when you face a team like OU for a second time that had a big win against you the first time, is there a little something extra going into the game that makes you want to get that win?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we went to their crib, their place, and, they killed us, really. So, we got to defend home court. They're not about to come in here and do that to us. So we took it personal, but we stayed to the course, what Davion was saying, listen to Coach Adams, stay with our process of what we do every day in practice and take it out on the court.
Adonis, Bryson was able to kind of get you guys started in that second half, going to the post. How much did that help you all just going into the post and including yourself? You had a nice backdoor cut there to kind of start that 10-0 run.
Bryson is elite, man, in everything he does. So, if we can get him the ball whenever he feels most comfortable, that's what we all going to do. Bryson is one of a kind. He's really, really good. And for him to get us started, that's what Bryson does. He scores the ball. He does it at a very high level. For myself, cutting back doors, just what Davion was saying, me just being unselfish, moving without the ball. If I get a backdoor cut, I get it, but I'm just trying to win games.
I guess without kind of saying what y'all were trying to do, but was it trying to get the ball inside just to kind of get you all started in that second half? Because it seemed like once you got the ball inside, it seemed like the perimeter opened up for both of y'all.
Yeah, I think we were focused on an inside-out game, trying to get the ball in. They all close on Bryson, kick out threes and stuff like that. But, yeah, that was in the game plan.
Davion, in terms of Bryson, I guess what has he meant to this team? I know they kind of mentioned that he scored 2,000 points, but just what has he meant to you all, especially during Big 12 play where he's averaging about 17 points a game, and it seems like they're quiet points most of the time?
Bryson, he means a lot to the team. I think he's pretty much probably like the soul of this team because he gets us going, with his offense and just his effort. Bryson never taking a play off. He never takes a practice off. He never really take any days off. So, when we play through Bryson, I think we all going to eat. Pretty much.
Don, same thing for you. Obviously, you've had a long career just like Bryce, and I guess to kind of see him get that type of respect, so to speak, after scoring that many points, what does that say to you, the number 2,000?
That's crazy, yo. It's 2,000 points in college. That's just elite. That's what that is. It's elite. That's just scoring, but he does more than just score. Like Davion said, he basically the anchor, the soul of the team. He be talking, in practice. He's just Bryson is one of those for real.
And Davion, you mentioned you didn't come here to be a scorer. What did Coach Adams sell you on to come to Tech?
Of course, Coach Adams, he liked the fact that I scored the ball, but his main pitch to me was playing defense. If at the next level, if they wanted to score, I feel like I could have been gone last year. So I needed to show that I can guard the ball, and I can guard off the ball, and I can guard big as well. So playing for Coach Adams is actually helping me out because when I first came here, I kind of had a mentality to score, but he showed me that I can do so many things without scoring the ball.
And then how much do you think your defense has improved, and in what ways in particular under his tutelage?
A lot, because one thing about me, I like playing, so I know if I'm not playing defense, I won't play.
Facts.
One more question. And then for either of you guys, the past few games you guys have had multiple injuries. How have you two, as senior leaders, been able to help the younger guys like Jabuzo, KJ, Daniel, and just kind of help them settle into a bigger role?
It's next man up mentality. You just got to be ready. You never know when your number going to be called. You never know. I don't want nobody hurt on my team, and I definitely don't want this guy hurt. So just next man up, you got to be ready to play. And when your number called, man, it's time to eat.
We believe in everybody on our team, so, that's how we are. We're a family.
100%.
Coach, Oklahoma missed 28 shots and only rebounded 1. Just talk about your defensive rebounding.
Well, I'd like to think our defense had something to do with that. I thought we played, really aggressive, tenacious defense most of the game, and had a hand up and were able to find Gibson. I think he had 6 or so shots that he got off, but we were not relentless trying to find him, but the rebounding was a big part of it. I always tell everybody that most important thing about defense is rebounding, because if you don't rebound, the process starts over. So I thought we did a good job blocking out and just giving them one look.
And Clarence in the second half, he had a couple of turnovers in a row, got down on himself. He was a little bit upset. You benched him. He came back in a little bit later, and his floor game was really, really good, particularly on the fast break. Could you just talk about his response to that?
Yeah,
adversity?
He played so well the last game, actually won that game for us. And, these guys get, they're so excited playing in front of 15,000-plus fans, and our fans are great again tonight. And he's an emotional guy, and, I think sometimes his emotions get a little the best of him. And, it's kind of a strength and weakness. That's what makes him so good, is because he's such an emotional player and plays so hard. But he's got to have a little bit more self-control. And we talked about that, and he came back out and responded and played well the next time he got in.
And how's his health? I know he got banged up a little bit there. Any report on that?
Yeah, we X-rayed. I think he's fine. I think he jammed a couple of fingers, but I think he's going to be okay.
Coach, you forced them into a lot of turnovers, but you also took those turnovers and converted them into points. How did this team look at making those, being able to look for those open players and converting those to turnovers to points?
When you get easy baskets, you're going to win a lot of games, and usually who gets those putbacks and dunks and all is going to win. And we were able to get more easy baskets than they were. And when you can score off your defense, it takes a lot of pressure off on your offense. And we were able to be aggressive. We got in the passing lanes and got out and made a lot of nice plays, a lot of nice passes. And it was good to see them do that and share the ball. But when you score off your defense, you've got a pretty good chance of winning.
And you had a couple stretches where you had 2- and 3-minute stretches where you were unable to get anything. What does it say about this team that you were able to have a 3-minute stretch where you weren't able to put any points?
Well, a couple of things. One is it says a lot about our defense, keeping us in the game and not giving up too much of a point advantage. But it also tells us that we've got to be more disciplined on offense and share the ball, and that was our message at halftime and throughout even the first half. They listened a little bit better after we talked to them at halftime, But then, I thought that was a big difference. Our guys started moving the ball and making easy passes, and good things happened when they did that.
Coach, in your opinion, what was the biggest difference between this outing and the last time y'all saw these guys?
Oh, I mean, without doubt, effort. That's usually what it comes down to, and our guys played so much harder, and that's what we talked about before the game and at halftime. That we've got to keep putting a lot of pressure on them, and I kept reminding them that this team got after you pretty good last time you played, and our guys did a great job responding. I knew they would. That's the competitive spirit these guys have, and thought they did really well.
Bryson Williams with another double-figure scoring performance, able to reach that 2,000 milestone. You've talked a lot about his consistency day in and day out. What about him is so special? Yeah,
I was so focused on the game, I didn't even hear the announcement until afterwards we talked about it. I knew he was going to get it, and if it had been up to me, I'd just called it another timeout and given him a ball or something signed by the team, because he certainly deserved it. He's worked so hard, and that is a great milestone to get that. And I look back, I've coached a lot of great players, and he's one of the most dedicated guys that I've ever been around. So I'm happy for any accolade he can get, and I'm sure he'll get a lot more for this before we're done with this year.
And then obviously, with the offensive skill set, just how big of an impact has he been with his leadership and experience, especially on the younger guys?
Well, he's been great, and he's just he just leads by example. You know, that's the best way to put it. Just great work habits and very coachable and always in a good mood, always ready to practice and play. And you know, that's the thing y'all don't get to see is how enjoyable he is. Not only coaching him during the game, but in the film room and practice and all. He's just great to be around. Coaching be a lot more fun if they were all just like him. So, not that it isn't fun at times, but they don't get much better than him.
And then Davion Warren, 16 points. How big of it is it of him to get going later right now as you guys get into the Big 12 tournament?
You know, I talked to Dave yesterday and said, "Hey, Dave, you're due for a good game." He smiled, and he's been a little bit down, and I think he responded. Went 7 for 9. Played really well, made a lot of big shots for us, made some steals on defense, and was our leading scorer. I was really proud of him.
KJ Allen got a few minutes in the first half, 10 minutes overall. What did you see from him today?
Well, you know, we say it every day. You know, KJ's just in an unusual situation because he's got so many guys that are ahead of him, especially these older guys with KO and Bryson and Marcus, and then, of course, with Daniel's Hyde. But he's really good, and we're excited about his future. And every time he gets in the game, it doesn't surprise me when he does something well. He's got quick hands, you know, as we saw, got a steal, and unbelievable jumping ability. So he's an exciting player to watch, and we're glad we have him. If, you know, something happens to one of our bigs, just like with Daniel. So it was nice to see him get in there and get some good minutes.
When we saw you catch that errant pass, you going to try out for the football team at wide receiver or anything?
Yeah, that wasn't my, you know, that's I should have had a helmet on some of those passes where they were going to hurt somebody. I don't know where that came from, but we had a couple of those really bad plays. And that's that discipline we're talking about. Sometimes our guys get a little wild, and this is that process of trying to get to that next plateau where we can, you know, complete 40 minutes on both ends of the floor. So we still got a lot of work to do.
We're going back to Daniel. I guess what was his status?
Yeah, he has some issues with his knee, and it's ongoing. We think he's going to be fine. We've had the doctor look at him, and so I don't think it's not going to be season ending. We think he's going to be back. Just we'll have to play with a little pain, but we think he'll be okay, and then we'll get it fixed after the season.
In terms of Kevin, I guess what did you see from him tonight? I know certainly
courage. You know, Kev didn't have to play. You know, I said, Kev, I was trying to talk him out of it, and he wanted to get out there and help the team, and he wanted to play some more. And I said, no, you've done great, and I didn't want to risk any further injury with him. But just I thought he played really well, played within himself, helped the team. I was really glad to get him back out there again, and he settles us down, and with his basketball IQ, it's something this team needs with his leadership.
At the start of the second half, you went to Bryson twice in the post. Was that something you all emphasized during halftime? Is just to kind of get that, and then
want to get off to a good start second half, and so always good to go to Bryson. So we like to get him as many touches as we can. Of course, you know, the defense knows that, and so it's hard to get him the ball sometime.
Any other questions? Bishop? Just one real quick. Congratulations on being the first team to win 17 games inside the USA. I know you spoke a lot about it all season, but can you just speak a little bit more about how the crowd motivates y'all?
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean, we talk about our players and our team, and maybe myself being inconsistent at times, but one thing that is consistent is we have a great crowd. I mean, they're wonderful. Every game they show up, and they're loud and rowdy, and the students have been wonderful. And you know, I got the greatest job in the country, and it's because we have, but not only a great crowd and a great student section, but I love our guys as well. They're very coachable. They play hard. They respond. But it's a you know, perfect storm for me.
Thank you. All right, appreciate you guys.
Thank you.